What's up, guys, and welcome to our very first Reaper of Souls beta footage video. In this video, Aki and I are going to discuss adventure mode in this video, and what we're going to be discussing is the different difficulty levels and kind of exactly what adventure mode entails. So, as I kind of already alluded to, Aki's going to be joining me. Aki, what's going on, buddy?
Not much, my man. Excited to get into this.
Yeah, this game, you know, from the footage that I've been watching that you guys sent over is really, really good. So I'm excited to get in and play it myself. Hopefully soon I can get a chance to really sit down and dive into it a little bit. But adventure mode, I've been watching streams. I've been hearing a lot of stuff on this adventure mode. Go ahead and, because you actually have a beta key, go ahead and actually go through this and kind of explain what the difference is between the campaign and the adventure mode, because this is a new mode in Reaper of Souls.
Reaper of Souls. Sure, so basically your campaign, which is what you have at D3 at the moment, where you sort of have a linear way of farming. Like you pick an act, you pick a part of the story that you want to start on, you go to a certain area and you farm those same areas sort of over and over again. You kind of, you know, you don't really get a way to sort of change it up unless you want to leave the game, go to a different act, make a new game, that sort of thing. Well, now that with this adventure mode, basically what it does is it gives you access to all 5 acts, so you don't have to leave the game, like make a new game for each act, and it gives you 5 different things to do in each of those acts, right? So, for example, you could say go to Rackus Crossing, and it will tell you to kill 50 mobs and kill a certain mob in that zone. And once you've done that, that's one of those 5 adventures completed, and it'll give you experience and gold for doing so. Then once you've done all 5 for that zone, you get yourself a little loot bag called the Herodric Cache, and it's basically just a little bag, and it has a bunch of rewards and loot in it. It has a chance at legendaries, legendary plans, items, gems, that sort of thing. So it's a really fun way to do it, you know, because it changes it up and it doesn't make it so stagnant like in D3.
Well, and you get to go through every act as well.
Exactly. You don't have to leave the game once you finish, say, your Act 3 run. You don't have to leave the game, go, okay, now I'm going to load up an Act 1 game, and then you finish that and go, oh, now I want to do Act 3 again. You can literally just pop between each act, do these 5 bounties, and they change all the time. So it gives you a lot of variation, so it's not so boring to farm.
Right.
You know,
well, and going into that, because everything that I've seen, it looks just really, really good, especially as a quick way to get gear. But then there's also this discussion on all of the different modes, the difficulty modes. They've kind of redone everything. So there's normal, hard, expert, master, and then torment 1 through 6.
Correct.
And I'm just going to quick cover, at least from what I'm seeing here, the difference between them, and we can get into this in a minute, but is normal, this is kind of your baseline, you know, if you are leveling a fresh character, you probably want to stick with here, right? I mean, that's...
Yeah, you probably, if it's your first time playing the game, stick on normal. If you've played D3 for a long time, then you can bump up the difficulty because you know a little bit more about it, but normal is your basic starting.
Right. And then as we get into hard, and as you'll see on the left-hand side, it actually tells you what the bonuses are of moving up the levels. And this part is what I really, really like. So hard, obviously, we get 75% extra gold and XP. We go to expert, 100% extra gold and XP. And then bounties award double currency, so we're going to get a little bit more gold in expert here. And then in masters, 200% extra gold XP. Bounties award double currency, and then Imperial gems can drop from level 61 and higher monsters, and then Torment 300%, and then we have a chance new legendary items can drop in this difficulty, additional gold, XP, legendary drop rate per tick on the slider. So really, the goal is honestly, it's not is to try to get farming the higher difficulty so you can get the better legendaries and the better chance at those legendaries. The problem is from what I've seen, is this is very much easier said than done, as the jump from Masters to Torment, from what I'm told, is absolutely nuts, and from the little bit that I've got to experience the game, has seemed to be pretty steep of a climb.
Yeah, it's definitely a big jump from Master to Torment. I mean, keep in mind it is the beta, and they're testing a lot of these values, health values and stuff, but it definitely feels like Master is at a good place when you have the kind of gear, and then when you sort of move to Torment, it's just a huge jump in health. It's not so much like the damage that the mobs are doing, it's more so that they have just so much health that it takes so much longer to kill everything. So, maybe a little overtuned at the moment, but it is beta, and, the guys that are in here testing it all, we're making sure that it's going to be good upon release.
Right. And that pretty much, guys, that'll cover the adventure mode and the difficulties for the new for that new mode. The only other thing that I wanted to discuss in this video was kind of the most efficient ways that you've seen to farm. We touched on it a little, but it sounds like you really kind of want to gear yourself up through running with friends. Because that's the other thing, is from what I've seen, is for every friend that you have, you gain an extra 25% magic find and gold find. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, so farming with a group is so much better now, especially with the adventure mode. So as I said, you can go to each of the acts and finish these 5 bounties. You can send one person into each of those acts, and then as they finish those bounties, those 5 things, everybody in your group gets that bag as a reward.
Right.
So you can really power through a lot of bags in the same amount of time that it would normally take you to find one. So.
Right, and then the benefit to that, obviously, is you get the more bags, the more chances at gear, the more chances at gear, the quicker you can up your level, and the quicker you can up your level, the better your gear gets, so that way you can switch into that Torment difficulty. Because really, from what I'm reading, and unless I'm wrong, if you can farm on Master, you do get the bonus of the gems, but the legendaries are the same from normal through Master. It's not until you hit Torment that you get the new legendaries and the additional drop rate. So keep that in mind as well, guys, that that going on Master is nice because you do get, obviously, that bonus and the gems, but your bags can have gems in them too. So if it's quicker for your group to sit and farm in normal or hard and fly through those bags just to get your gear, because remember, the goal is to get into Torment so that you can kill these things and get these things down. Now, once you're in Torment, I've seen groups not be doing the split up method. I've seen groups, once they do hit that Torment, they've been sticking in a group and trying to kind of increase the slider with their group so that they can get better rewards, but you can't really farm quite as quickly because you're farming a lot harder bosses and mobs.
Yeah, I mean, like I was just saying before, with the jump and how much health the mobs have, if you try to send people into each act by themselves to farm, like, say, a 4-person game, where the mobs get extra health because you're in a multiplayer game, it would be even more insane. So, probably, if you're doing group farming Torment, you'd probably want to stay as a group and just power through each other.
Unless you're just super uber geared.
Oh, yeah.
And then you can just do, like if you have your guys that can do, a Torment 4 or 5 as a group, then maybe, then you can probably split up. But remember, through the progression ladder, and what this means, guys, is this means that the end game is going to have a progression ladder, which is going to be amazing, because for each of your tunes, you're going to have to go through this progression ladder, and there's no auction house anymore, remember, when this game comes out, so you're not going to be able to just buy your way into Torment. It's all about the farm, which is what made Diablo 2 so special, was the farm, the randomness of finding those upgrades, those rare pieces, those plans. That was the exciting part of the game, and they're bringing that back with a vengeance. This game is going to be great when it comes out, but I wanted to cover this stuff with you, and Aki and I are going to be doing a ton more content on this, guys, so I hope you stay tuned. I'm going to get a new playlist and everything set up for you so that you know exactly where to go through for all your D3 content. We're going to have prizes, giveaways, and everything set up for this game as soon as it launches on the 25th of March. So be looking out for that. Make sure that you're following the channel so that you're aware of when we're doing those and what we're going to be doing. And Aki, anything else before we go?
I'm just really excited for the game to come out and some of the things that we've got in store for you guys. So, like Nash said, follow and keep an eye out for them. It's going to be awesome.
Alrighty, and as always, we will be seeing you in the next one.